If I set a boundary, next thing I'd know, he'd bring it up or he'd show me in the store or whatever it was that I said no to, I would be worked over and it
Hmm.
would be brought up all these direct and indirect ways. In other words, no is never a no. It was like as if everything was open for negotiation.
Exactly. His no was the word of God. Could not be argued with. But my no was like a maybe. That's really how it felt. Absolutely.
Right, right. Because he also established, because I'm thinking of other ways he established rules. Like he established the rules of what we're going to watch at night on the television. He would tell me, I don't know how many times I heard this phrase that he liked uh, stories based on true life. And then he would tell me, not just a few times, I mean, in that 2 year, 3 year relationship, I must have heard that comment hundreds of times, as if he kept reestablishing the boundary over and over. I only watch movies of true stories. Or he would say, we're not going to have a pet. You're not looking at the pet, getting any ideas, are you? Or yeah, he would just sort of like, let me know, let me know, let me know, or even what his favorite foods are. You know, I really love such and such. And I think, yeah, I know that. I've already heard this many, 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 many times. But yet, I found that if I said anything similar, then it either would get ignored or the
Hmm.
other thing would happen, it would get boomeranged back, and then I would be held to that measure or worse. Like, if I didn't want him talking to other women because often he would sexualize the relationships, then if I had an encounter with a male businessman about some issue, next thing I'd know, he's blowing it because I'm talking to a man, and the rule was you don't have interactions with the opposite sex. So it's like I couldn't even do business with a guy even though we clearly knew this was a business relationship. It was
Hmm.
so weird. Did you also felt like you had those boundaries were then applied to you, but double or triple fold than what you were applying to him?
Mostly what I saw was I was set up to fail. And then when I failed, it was then used against me. So for the example I used earlier of the timeouts, there I had certain hard boundaries in that relationships. For example, there is one name calling word or one bad word that if my ex or my narcissistic mother called me, I would lose my fucking mind. It was the word, the trigger word. Okay. And my ex, I would see him sort of push and push. I would try to set a boundary, I would set a timeout, and he would be following me through the house, not letting me close doors, not but if I was not giving him the emotional reaction that he was wanting, then he would go to that word. And that was him, just like him sort of throwing the glove down, and here now's the fight, right?